You're looking up the Me Too movement?
No.
Dude, you think I should sing another song or something?
No, I think we're good, man.
I think I have to do an opener.
I think that, before I forget, I've gotten no Shot 30 podcast swag from Shane, so I'm stealing this.
You could steal that one, but we could make you a new one in like 5 seconds.
I want this because it was here and I took it.
Because you real homegirl.
Because I'm a real thug.
Yo, check it out. Here we go. The power just went off in the house. We just lost our podcast, so we got to start over again. Shot 30 podcast. That works.
I think that was good.
That's fine.
I think that's
literally anything's fine. At least we're recording now. Hey, this is Shot 30 Podcast. I am Shane Newbert. Right here I have one of my closest friends, Mark Grant. We just did an hour-long podcast, and it was pretty much excellent. But the power went out, and we lost everything. So we're going to start this thing over again.
Big brother shut us down.
So we're going to talk about other things. We're going to talk about new things. But first, hey, I'll take a cheers with you. There we go. And I will introduce the real Mark Grant.
Thank you. Not the fake one.
Now, my friend here is a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, not to be mistaken with a black belt, because he's right there. He's going to get it. Are you going to get it?
I hope so.
How much longer do you think it would take for you to get a black belt in jiu-jitsu?
It's hard to say.
Hard to say. So, he is also Conspiracy Kimonos, the get your custom-made gi for jiu-jitsu. He's the guy. He's the guy who makes them. He's the owner. He's the CEO.
No.
Are you like Bezos?
Yeah. I have a business partner, but...
Oh, you do? You do have a business partner?
I do, yeah.
Wow. You got to get stingy with that. You got to cut the other guy out.
No.
Nah, don't cut the other guy out.
No,
Conspiracy Kimonos. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram today. Get your custom gi for jiu-jitsu.
No, my business partner is Travis Tarpon. He's also my instructor in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So we came up with the idea and concepts for the gis and the T-shirts that we've been on hiatus for a while. Someday we'll fire it back up. Right now, he's busy. I'm busy with my day job. It's still there. If somebody wanted something, I could, I would work with you. But as of right now, it's not like we're open for business and actively designing geese. I do have ideas though. I wish I would have known we were going to talk about this. I would have brought some. We could have flashed them up on the screen.
We can always flash them up if you just send me something later.
I will.
I can
sure.
Pop it up on the screen.
And if somebody wanted that for a T-shirt or like the T-shirt that the sample you have up on the wall there, with the alien head or anything else that we have, if anybody reaches out and wants something, they can contact me, contact Shane.
Is it like anything you want with the logo on it? Like if I want a Speedo.
If you want a Speedo that says Conspiracy Kimonos, I will. Sure.
I just wanted a Speedo with your head on it.
That was mine?
Oh, good. Oh, I do have something to talk about. Sure. I do want to talk to you about. Have you seen the new handheld razors? I have not. Literally, it's like this thing. It looks like one of those little massagers, but you put it on your head. Like, instead of shaving your head, it literally just just do this like you're washing your hair, and it just shaves all your hair for you. No. Yeah, just like in little small circles.
No, I need
you should check that out. It would be smooth. It'd be smooth. Because you got a little stubble going on right now.
I never use a blade on my head. I usually use a pair of clippers with no guard. I just buzz it down. You
should grow a mustache.
I've been told.
You should grow a Ron Jeremy stash.
Man, that would be nice. I don't have that chest hair either that guy has.
And if you guys don't know this already, Ron Jeremy's in prison right now. Is he in prison or in jail? Jail.
He may have made bail.
How do you think? Oh, he's got to have made bail. I had a buddy meet him once.
Really?
Yep.
Who?
My buddy JD Spetz.
Yeah.
He was in L.A. and he was at a bus stop or whatever, and there's Ron Jeremy with two.
The hedgehog.
The hell of a hedgehog. He was standing there with two very rough-looking women, he said. And they were all over him, but he said he met him, and he went, dude, you're Ron Jeremy. And he said it was like the saddest famous encounter he's ever had in his life.
Why?
He said that just Ron Jeremy looked like a beat-down, sad man.
The best famous encounter that I've had was with Ric Flair.
Oh, wasn't that like last year?
It was last year at the Rust Belt in East
Moline.
Yeah, my man. And he's the reason that I have a watch fetish, particularly Rolex. I get the angle in there. And then when I met him, he's like, "Hey, do you want a picture autograph? What do you we talked a little bit." And I was like, "You know what I want? I want a picture of us holding up the Rolexes, because that's the reason why I bought this."
Dang.
And he's like, "Let's do it." And it was one of the coolest things. People say, never meet your idol. You'll be disappointed. Ric Flair on TV that I saw when I was a kid, being like ultra douchey and doing his shtick. Like, to meet him, he was like a perfect gentleman.
Isn't it kind of weird? Like when you talk about wrestling and you think about wrestling, when I was a kid, we always made fun of the guys for wrestling, talk about wrestling, because it's all fake and they all acted like it was real. But isn't it weird how much of a profession that is? Like, how much of an art, I guess? Because you have to be a big, jacked human being who has a professional history in wrestling, in real life wrestling, Olympic wrestling. Most of them do.
Some do, yeah.
Yeah, well, like a good amount of them do. And even if at that, it takes hours and hours of scripting.
Yeah, you have to be athletic. Is I think what you're getting at, because if you're not athletic, it's going to be really hard to be a professional wrestler.
And then you have to be able to put on a TV show as well.
Right. You have to be an actor,
an improv actor.
Correct. Yes, because nowadays from what I understand, the promos are scripted. Back when Rick did the famous promos that he cut, those interviews, and not just him, but everybody back then, they had an idea of what they wanted to talk about, but the announcer or the host would put the microphone in their face and they just cut loose.
When I was powerlifting, I kind of thought like, man, that'd be a cool thing to get into. Like, but I'm just I was a big guy, but I was just a little short bodybuilder. I wasn't.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, I guess I could have found the personality to do it, but man, I just wanted to be Hulk Hogan.
Everybody wanted to be Hulk Hogan back.
Or I just wanted to meet his daughter one time.
Brooke?
I don't know. Is she the hot one?
Yeah,
That's the one I wanted to meet.
Wait.
I am a married man, but that hot one, whoo! There's Ric Flair, woo!
Yeah. Yeah, so that was, and then he was down at the Rust Belt, and I was like one of the last in line to meet him that day because he had agreed to do so many, and they sold more tickets, or more people come in than they thought were going to. And I remember, I heard him. He's like, "How many are here?" And they're like, or they said, "Hey, let's wrap it up, Rick." And he's like, "Is there anybody else here?" And he's like, "Yeah." "Well, how many?" And they're like, "There's probably like 70 people in line still." And he goes, "Oh, let's do it."
Man.
And he sat there he could have left. Contractually, he could have just got up and took off and been, owed us nothing. Like, see you later. But he stayed and signed all those autographs. There's people with bringing in robes that they'd bought, like the Ric Flair starter kit and all this crazy stuff. And he was signing that stuff and taking pictures and talking to people. I can't say enough. I'm gushing about him, but like the Ric Flair that you saw on TV, he really lived that life. I've read the books and, seen the interviews and everything, and other people have talked about it. But to meet him was definitely a pleasant experience. So
that's good.
Yeah, it was. It was cool.
It's awesome. It's really weird to meet famous people or hear, especially like when we talk about like watching Joe Rogan's podcast, you see like Post Malone or like Robert Downey Jr. or Jamie Foxx, like down to earth.
Sure.
It's a very weird thing just to watch it. Wow, they are actually kind of like a normal person.
Correct.
I've been a part of both ends of that stick because I'm a big sports fan, and I've met athletes who are some of my favorite athletes that are complete jerks and assholes.
I was going to ask you about that because I know you've met some famous people.
Well, I mean, we have like probably 100 autographs in here alone.
Yeah.
But I've met some, like the Rams.
Did the Hulk actually sign that lime jello?
He mushroom stamped it. Yeah,
That's
so
nice.
It's actually...
I'm surprised the package survived.
Yeah, it didn't. I repackaged it for him. But
I've met musicians that were not. They were just like, you meet this rock star, and you're like, "Hey, I'm a huge fan." They're just like, "Yeah, okay." Like,
dude,
can I get a picture? Yeah, and they're kind of like,
you're
they
nothing
smile.
but a publicity stunt for them.
They smile pretty for the camera, but before and after, like I met someone that like I think is such a cool guitar player, and I was like, "Hey, can I get a picture?" And they're like, "Sure." I'm like, "Gosh, gosh dang. So it just kind of ruined it. So when I'm like fiddling with my phone and they're like, come on, dude. Like, I'm like, for real? I almost went, you know what? Forget it. Fuck this.
Okay, so there was this kid, when I was a kid, he made these stupid videos. Mm-hmm. His name was Froggy Fresh. He was on Tosh.0, like he was on all these shows.
I remember Tosh.
But he was this goofy kid who rapped. Mm-hmm. And me and Timmy went to his concert. Like, we were just being goofballs.
Where was this at?
It was in Davenport.
Okay.
So we went to the concert, and he had me get up on stage. He was signing our shirts. We said, hey, man, you want to go meet my friends? Go to the back room. Literally, I'm on stage as he's singing and rapping, and I'm in the back room with his friend. Like, it was just cool, you know? And even if everybody else in the crowd wasn't, like, being as proactive as me about it, you know, like, they got to see, damn, that's pretty cool, you know? Like, I don't know. Being famous is a weird thing. People either can change, like, for the worse or change for the better, but so easily it does not. And it's an easy thing for us to say. It's an easy thing for us to say. Signing an autograph takes no time.
Correct.
You know, maybe they're signing autographs all day, every day, everywhere they go.
You're not walking.
You kind of wanted that life. You wanted to be famous. Don't forget that when you are that famous, you wanted to be famous. You wanted to be.
You asked for that
on the cameras, on the billboards. You wanted to be everywhere.
Because I've seen, or I've heard people talk about, like, maybe I've seen it on an interview, but I know I've talked to people about it, and they're like, well, you know, they're busy, and I'm like, they knew that what they were getting them. They didn't sign up for this. I'm like, bullshit. If you are a professional athlete in the limelight, you're a rock star, you're a famous musician,
actor, actress,
you know, whatever. You know, when you get into that, you're going to be mobbed by people. It's what happens. It goes with the territory. Mm-hmm. Sorry, it's what happens.
It really does. Even okay, so this is not even the very first time any of those people ever signed an autograph, which is so weird that we're digging this far into, but like the first time, do they not remember how flattered they had to have felt? The very first time, like Jimi Hendrix signed an autograph.
They probably do at first, but they become numb to it after a while.
Yeah, it's like that's what I was saying, you know? Is like by the end they're just like,
you know, by the end they're like, hey, let's shove some kids in a dresser and let's sell it on Wayfair.
Oh God!
You know, let's order a pineapple and mushroom pizza, which pineapple does not belong on pizza, but let's.
Pineapple does belong on pizza, and everybody knows that is 100% factual. Have you ever met a pizza place that doesn't have pineapple? Have you ever went to a pizza place that doesn't have pineapple?
I don't look for it. So
have you ever?
I don't know. I can't answer that because I don't look for it.
Yeah, you've never. And even, like, have you ever just come over to somebody's house that doesn't have pineapple? Let's just go with the last house you've been at. Oh, here. I have pineapple and Canadian bacon for my Jack's pizzas because I get a cheese pizza and I'll put it on there.
Jack's? Fuck that, dude.
Dude, you want me to go Tombstone? What? DiGiorno? You want me? Oh, lots of matzah. I knew where you're going.
Stop. I'm going to look at this camera right now and say it. Lots of matzah is the best frozen pizza. Hands down.
It really is. If you have it on a pizza stone, then you have done it right. And if you put a little extra soft mozzarella on top,
do you really need that? Because you get like a category 1 through 5, 5 being the best. You probably get a 2.5 to a 3 cheese pull off that.
I completely understand, but if you put soft mozzarella on top, it burns faster. Because that lots of matzah, like it gets that like golden brownish, and I like that.
Okay,
I like that. And have you ever been to the pizza place in Atkinson called The Barn?
I have.
Man,
several years ago.
So I really love that pizza.
I can't remember if I liked it or not. I don't remember hating it, but I don't remember overly enjoying it. But it's been so long ago.
So I can tell you, like, pretty much just what we were talking about, the whole famous thing. Mm-hmm. We went into that place. I took Timmery there. Mm-hmm. She wanted to go. I told her how great this pizza was. And they acted like we didn't exist for 45 minutes. No service.
So they didn't know that
they gave
Shane
us water.
Hubert, the owner-operator of the Shot 30 podcast, had walked in there?
Well, that's what Timmery dropped down. She's like, hey, he does a show, like, and he's wanting to taste test this food to put it on his show. The woman comes out of the back, sits at the table with us, literally serves us our food. Like, she is sitting right there. I hope you guys love this.
I hope you love
Everything changed just
review.
with us saying that. I mean, Shot 30 Podcast gets like, what, on YouTube, like a couple hundred views. But,
hey, it's more
dude, she did not know who we were, so she was very concerned after we said that.
I'm going to start plugging Wined and Dine.
Wined and dined. Wined and dead.
Wined and Dine. It's like
Wined and Dine is going to totally be stolen. Copyright.
I bought the
website. You bought it? Oh, shit.
I have the...
This guy's always on it.
I bought it all. Wined and Dine. It's where you can find it on... It's a private group on Facebook. It's where people like me show off their watch while they're eating at the same time. Like good food and a fancy watch. It doesn't have to be a fancy watch. You can have a G-Shock on. You can have a Timex. You can have a Seiko. I don't care what you're wearing.
What about a sport watch?
That's fine. I don't care what you can have a flipping stop. You can have your iPhone. I don't care. Your cell, whatever you put on there, next to something that you're eating. It can be real mint jelly with crackers.
We should drop that in.
Take a picture of it.
Right after we're done with this episode, we are going to be making an eating episode. And don't you think that maybe we should start a Shot 30 Podcast like eating page, like a separate, like called Shot 30 Eats or something like that?
Sure.
But we're going to be doing a jelly testing video. We went to a grocery store, and the assortment of jellies there were weird, creepy, and disgusting.
My favorite already, I'm calling it, will be lemon curd.
There's red pepper jelly. There's green pepper jelly. There's something called lingonberries. And
it's from Sweden.
And then there's also something called...
Sweet and hot pepper and onion relish.
But don't you think a relish would be like with the relishes?
No, I mean...
Why would it be with the jelly? Why would it...
know.
It was right beside peanut butter and jelly. Oh, by the way, they make a thing called squeezable peanut butter. It's Jif. Jif or Jiffy. I can't remember because the Mandela effect has really screwed me over on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember it being called both, and it's never been called Jiffy. Yeah, the Mandela effect. That's a whole world. You know that, right? Yeah. Nelson Mandela was never dead. He was alive the whole time in prison.
Okay.
But they
now
have... Okay, so it's like a... If you were to take like a plastic bag and then you put frosting in it, you know, like roll it out, you clip the corner.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they have for peanut butter now. Like a squeezable, like it's in a huge bag of Jif peanut butter.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so maybe we should try it out on our crackers. Mix each one with a peanut butter.
Well, we can.
Dang, that'd be...
Have that here now?
Oh, yeah. That's right.
You have it upstairs?
Absolutely right upstairs, unopened. Oh. I just bought it. I bought all these jellies for us to try.
Okay. I like the real mint jelly.
Real mint jelly? What is this?
What is that? It's like somebody like who has like a sugar craving. They use it as mouthwash. Somebody like people we know who have no teeth, they're rotting out. They probably like drink this in the morning.
I would say that's probably going to be so disturbing and disgusting. It's going to be like a breath mint candy. Wait, no. How would you... man, in our last episode, we were talking about donuts. I really loved this donut segment.
I think your wife, should make donuts, and we fill them with these different types of jellies and relishes, and
I think it'd be absolutely disgusting. And those green cherries, that's supposed to be our dessert. I don't know.
Well, they can put it on top of the donut.
I don't really know. I just wanted to try green cherries.
Yeah, we'll try.
Okay, so
we're on something.
We were talking about the best donuts in the world, and I truly do believe. Oh, you're gonna clink that right here. Oh. I truly do believe that Sullivan's in Kewanee has the greatest donuts in the world.
They make a fine donut.
And especially if you get them fresh. Like, you have to be there 7, 8, 9...
Because if you get there at like 10:30 in the morning, which I have when I used to live in Kewanee, I'd go down there. I was like, man, I want donuts. I'd get down there, and the bullshit's so hard. Left. Yeah, and it's all the bullshit.
Yes.
They have those like twisted, those braids.
Yep.
The fuck are those?
The like light brown, dark brown ones? Yeah.
Obviously nobody, people who make donuts, nobody eats those. Or are you just leaving them for guys like me that show up late?
The weirdest thing is, if you get that one fresh, the braids, phenomenal.
No.
I swear to you, if you get it fresh. No. But they have, even just a regular glazed cinnamon or the sugar covered ones. Oh,
good, man.
Hands down the best. I'd always thought that Krispy Kreme was the best, but then what I was telling him earlier is as I got older, it's just sugar. It's just compact sugar. Like when you eat a Krispy Kreme, it's like eating a piece of cotton candy.
It is.
It melts in your mouth, yes, and which is a cool thing.
It's like cotton candy, though.
But how are you gonna eat like and enjoy it? It's
They're
just
no fun.
Yeah. And I used to. I mean, if I see a Krispy Kreme, I would love to eat it.
Next time I come down, I'm bringing Hertz donuts because we'll eat those.
And I do want to try that.
Right?
Yeah. And what you said earlier was they have all like literally everything.
They do.
They put everything on top of them or inside of them.
I'm a huge fan of Fruity Pebbles cereal, so they have a Fruity Pebbles donut.
I could really like that.
That thing's flipping good. Man.
I could really like that.
So good.
Hertz donut.
They have a maple bacon.
Anybody ever punch you and say Hertz donut?
I've never, no, man. Because when they were getting popular in the area, people were talking about like Hertz donuts. I was like, "What's that mean?" They're like, "You never had anybody hit you and say Hertz donut?" And I'm like, "Or you want a Hertz donut?"
That's when I was a little kid. I
like,
had no idea that they had actually made a like a donut line.
I mean, people used to cork you in the leg or shoulder, but like nobody said that shit.
So Fruity Pebbles, your number one.
Cereal?
No, donut.
At Hertz, yes.
Okay, so what do you think about making like, what is it, burgers that they make with donuts now, or chicken or something like?
Yeah, I got it. At,
like they make like a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, I went down to the local KFC. It was a glazed donut. They cut
KFC. Yes, I did see that they were doing that.
And put like chicken in the middle, like fried chicken, like strips.
Give me 1 out of 10. Give me a score. 10 being the highest.
It was really good. So, man, I'm gonna have to say that thing was like a solid 7.5.
Wow,
it was really good, man, for what it was. You know, like, what else is 7.5 that I've had? There's a lot of shit that's 7.5, but for what that was, I think it was spot on that day. And maybe I just got lucky that day, and it was like they had the good cook there working.
Timmery and I grade every single thing we eat or make.
Sure.
We literally just go, okay, out of a cheese pizza, what would this cheese pizza rank? Like, we do it for everything. But what I did get into it with but we were like going, I was driving him home. Mm-hmm. I had to pick up all of his stuff. It was a long while drive, JD.
Oh, gotcha.
So I was getting him back to his house, and we got into the discussion, and it's kind of a weird one in your brain because you don't, when you think of the best chicken you've ever had, what, like, a fast food, what comes to your brain?
For me, well, some of your listeners may have had it. Chicken and Spice in Joliet, Illinois.
Never heard of it. I've heard Rips is great.
Yeah.
Some people say that. Yeah. I think
it wasn't bad.
Hands down, I've had a lot of chicken from a lot of different places, but man, KFC chicken is just really good.
I usually, if I want that type of chicken, I usually go back to KFC. I really do. Like if I want a chicken sandwich, I go to Chick-fil-A. That's my spot. I love Chick-fil-A for a lot of different reasons, but like they have a really good chicken sandwich. But if I want to go down and have like legs and wings and thighs and breasts,
it's just so good.
It always works, man. It always works.
And if you're just giving it the best, like, yeah, KFC. If it was a woman, I'd marry it. If it was a woman, I'd marry it. I'd reproduce so I could have a KFC Newbert branch.
You know what I don't like is when it's 9 o'clock at night.
Shot 30 chicken.
Shot 30 chicken.
Yeah, dude.
That's what I'm talking about. I had to get close to the mic to talk about
dude,
that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What do you say? You're inventing a fast food restaurant?
I may. Hey, well,
why don't you just open a restaurant? You're gonna invent it.
I'm gonna invent it because we're gonna have, first of all, we won't have pineapple.
Well, if I'm going to be a business partner, there's going to be at least a pineapple in the room.
You know what's good with pineapple? Peanut butter.
I've never done that. Dude. I've never heard. Have you ever had Hawaiian chicken where they put the grilled pineapple on top of the chicken?
Yeah.
That is so good. On a grilled Hawaiian sweet roll bun.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Ric Flair.
Yeah.
The nature boy.
Yeah, dude. You can dab. I guarantee. Let me cook you all pineapple everything one day.
Please do.
Yeah, I do. We will do a chopped. Let's do a chopped episode. Name something. Okay. I don't like a lot of foods that you probably like.
Like
Yeah, so I will cook you all pineapple stuff one day, and then you'll cook me all...
What don't you like?
I don't like lima beans. Can I tell you a story from my childhood? This is for real.
Sure.
It's actually a horrific story.
About lima beans.
Yes.
I can't wait
to
cheer on that.
Oh, cheers to lima beans. Shot 30 Podcast. Hey, it's on Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Go follow it. Follow the Facebook page. We put a lot of skits up. We have a lot of episodes coming up, a lot of guest episodes, and we're also going to be doing a giveaway for free. We're going to give away a couple, like maybe 2 or 3. Just leave a comment down below. We're like 30 minutes in, so if you made it this far, just leave a comment down below, and we're going to give out a couple shirts to a couple people. We just gave away 2 pairs of Beats headphones. Yeah, right there. We gave them away yesterday. 2 winners.
Sitting there. How'd you give them away?
We did a drawing. I put them in a drunk brown paper bag, and then I reached my hand into it and picked 2 names. Oh. It was for all the people who shared the video or liked or subscribed. Just a bunch of stuff like that. You know, it makes a difference. I want to do this for forever. This would be the funnest job in the world if it could actually be a job.
It can be.
I would love to do this, stand up and make skits and turn it into a career. I just want to amuse you people and have fun being with people that I really care about. And we've done a great job so far. We need to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube to start getting paid. I know Ireland. Oh, hey, shout out to the Irish. They are big fans of the podcast. So really? Thank you guys for listening over there. Hey, if you're from Ireland, go ahead. Send me a message. I might just send you something just because you're from Ireland.
You know what? If you get something from somebody from Ireland, like a message or whatever, like I want in on that. I'll send them something. Ireland
is our most downloaded podcast. Like really? The podcast goes over there, and a lot of people, I think it's because they like to drink just as much as I do.
Could be.
You can find a show called Shot 30 Podcast with a banner like that in the background, which doesn't look great. She put it up yesterday. That banner.
My name's on there now.
Dude, now it is, and I love it. It's so great. It's excellent. It's excellent, and we're just trying to turn it around, man. What better life could you live than doing what you... Literally your dream job for a living.
My dream job is to get my black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Retire from the state of Illinois.
Okay.
Drive to Florida. Set up shop. Teach Jiu-Jitsu. During the day,
on the beach.
Oh, man, that'd be great.
Oh, my
God.
But
I want to be close to a beach. I want to find one of those buildings that has like the shop downstairs and your apartment above. Like even something old school like that. I can have mats downstairs, put up a sign. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu taught here. Something old school like that. Go upstairs. That's my apartment. And then during the day, I walk around in board shorts, a linen shirt.
Don't you think? Crew. Wouldn't it be awesome to have like a side by side, like you train jiu-jitsu all morning, and then have like a little like margarita tiki shack or something on the beach, where you just go out back and then that's where you're at.
That'd be great. I'm gonna walk around, eat fish tacos, drink Corona. And it doesn't have to be Corona. I'm just saying.
You have. We talked about this earlier, but what is it like? Between 5 and 8 years is when till you retire.
I can go in
a year,
and a half, as little as a year and a half, and then if I go like full term or whatever, it'd be like 6, 7, somewhere right in that area. So,
man, and would you sell your house?
Yeah,
just sell have no attachment.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna go do that.
I'd put everything that will fit in my Jeep, if that's still what I'm driving then, which it probably will be. Everything that I want that's close to me, I'm gonna throw it in there, sell everything else, close out the house, drive to Florida, set up shop.
Man,
that's my plan.
And it's right. It's a few years away. Isn't that the craziest thing to think?
Yeah, I mean, as long as I get my black belt in that amount of time, then I'll be good.
Do you want to start training to beat me up? Like, we could probably make some really great TikToks of you just beating me up.
That's fine.
I'll just be the fat guy and you'll be the bully.
Oh, okay. No, you'd be the bully, and then I demonstrate self-defense tactics.
Yes. Or I could be one of those guys like, look, I don't even have to hit you. If I just go, and then you just fall to the ground. We can make videos like that.
Did you just do it now? Because I felt lightheaded.
That was a triple punch, man. And a kick.
I think I felt that. Because I got dizzy for a minute. It might be the Refresca, but like
the Refresca can do it to you.
Okay.
Isn't that the goofiest thing? Have you seen those stupid ass videos? Like, here, watch. If I just do this in your arm, you'll poop your pants. Like,
seen it.
Dude, Either those guys are the greatest comedians I've ever met, or they are trying to put on like a clinic.
I think that they attract people who want to believe, and these are the same people who will believe in anything. They're the ones that were like, they
like, oh, your arm is broken. Let me.
Yes.
And then throw you down, and then your arm's fixed.
Yeah, the same people that like were in that house, the Branch Davidians, who all thought that comet that was flying over was going to take them to it was a spacecraft going to take them to a different planet.
Yep.
They all had like the Nike Cortez on.
Oh my God, yes.
Or people who followed David Koresh or the Jonestown Massacre and all that shit. So it's the same type of people.
People that think Charles Manson.
Yeah. Same type of people. I think that they attract weak-minded people.
I think that if I ever met, Charles Manson would have been the number one most disgusting person. Like, he doesn't even have anything. I don't know what the asphyxiation with everybody about him is. He literally is the weirdest, dumbest, disgustingest person, and people are obsessed with him.
I think that
to this date.
I think they're fascinated with the amount of mind control he had over people.
I got all tongue-tied there. I just hate Charles Manson so bad. I hate him so bad.
I just burped up Refresca. So
Refresca is a good thing to burp up, but yeah, Charles Manson, dude, what a scummo. Yeah, I hate that guy. I hate that. There's not even anything interesting to learn from him. Like, you couldn't even dig into his brain of like, why did you do this? What did you think? I don't know. I'll just tell them to do whatever, and they were doing their own damn thing.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate him. I hate him. But it is so weird that we as people have a huge fascination with death and with murder and with all these criminals of the past.
It's big business, man.
It's such a weird thing, you know. Like, we're gonna make a celebrity out of, John Wayne Gacy. We're going to make a celebrity out of Ed Kemper. We're going to make a celebrity we make celebrities out of these people because we're so fascinated. I've talked about this before, but I think we're fascinated with it because it's so far off of our own mind. Mm-hmm. Like, we have no idea what it's like to kill somebody or do something crazy like that. So when we see somebody do it and it's real, our minds are like, blown.
Well, these people are committing one of the ultimate sins.
But it's also like a superhero.
Yeah.
Like, we love Batman and Iron Man and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's because they can do stuff we can't.
Yeah.
We always think about it, man. Doing things that we can't do. But I think that's kind of like the same thing. It's got to be the same part of our brain that makes us think.
Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know. But
people are drawn to it.
We all watch Unsolved Mysteries. We all watch, and then we all think we're going to be the detective. Are any of us detectives? No. But we watch it thinking that we're going to be the guy that solves that mystery during that episode.
Have there been any major crimes in Matherville? Can you pick up on them?
Oh, well, we actually saw, dude. Not like something that we could unsolve, but we walked out of the front door and then down the street. We watched this guy just go wham, punches his girl, right in the young girl. Like, they are both 15, 16, 17 maybe, whatever. Yeah. He punches her straight in the mouth. Cops pull up. There's cops all over the place. Dude, this guy just blasts this poor girl in the face. And we're just standing there with the UPS guy like, hey, man, that was terrible back there.
The streets of Matherville, man.
Dude, I told the UPS guy, go put it on a comfort jacket and lay in my bed for a little bit. I'll hand out the mail for a little bit. What you saw was devastating. I understand. And so I passed out the mail for him for a little bit.
Yeah. Did you?
That never happened, but he did stand in our front yard for a long time. He's like, I just can't believe I just watched that happen.
Out by that.
Well, he's like, that guy was just a real big punk, a real bully. I was like, I don't know, man. That was crazy. We walked out. Somebody screams, he just punched her. We're just a bunch of hillbillies out here, dude.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, brushing our teeth with peppermint jelly.
Well, keep your breath smelling fresh.
Yeah.
Smelling good.
Yeah, you just put a little coating of that on your tooth, and you'll be set up.
Speaking of going back to food, I grilled a steak last week that was a 10 out of 10 for me.
I think I need to if you are here at 35 minutes, thank you so much for being here. But Mark Grant is a chef. He's an in-home chef. You really should be a chef. And I think you would really enjoy that. Having that as a career, because you really take pride in your food. And you take pride in your watches. He has a huge, massive watch collection. Rolex, Omega, all these different watches. I mean, I could buy the guy a G-Shock watch, and he goes, "What is that for, my pinky toe?" But, because he's high, he keeps a high class.
I try.
And you've also...
I do own G-Shock watches, by the way.
You are so much more, intricate than, you describe your own self. You have raised and trained an American Bulldog to be a world-class American Bulldog. Right? In shows.
Yeah, I showed him. We won a lot, yeah.
And you've also... not just the jiu-jitsu, but the lifting and all this stuff. You have a huge, wide knowledge of all those things. Your career is very interesting. We'll leave that aside, but you've done a lot of things.
I've tried to be I didn't realize it until I read a book once. They were talking about a Renaissance man, and I'm not calling myself that right now, but that's what I aspire to be. Is I want to try everything I can that I'm interested in and try to be at least okay at it. Jiu-jitsu is the one thing that I want to master. That's being a black belt is the start of, that's being a master in jiu-jitsu, right? So I want to master that. So that's why I've been doing it so long, 11 years now. And cooking, I'm trying to master how to grill a steak, if there's even that, because
it's so much more than that. It's not just you grilling a steak.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds silly to say that,
but that's subjective, because what I think is a good steak is different what you think is a good steak. So, but I try to everything that I do. I just want to be it's not that I have to master everything that I'm doing, but I try to pursue everything I'm interested in and at least be okay at it. So that guitar playing. That's the hard part right there. I can't get that down.
You know what's so weird about what you just said is actually something I talk to Timmy about a lot is I have that, it must be like a niche in some people's brains where I don't need to be great at anything. I don't need to be the best that anybody's ever seen. But I really like to be good at a lot of things. I like to be able to draw and like to be able to power lift and like to be able to have a podcast and do stand-up. And I don't need to be the greatest stand-up comedian of all time, but I like to, if someone comes to the show, laugh.
They laugh.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
That is such a weird...
Same thing.
There's a lot of people who are so complacent in their life.
Yeah. All they do is, and I'm not knocking on anybody who plays golf, let's say that, but that's all they do is play golf. All they have focused on is their golf game. And there's so much more out there. They might have other interests. They just don't pursue them. They haven't made time. So.
Yeah, but that's the thing too. That's kind of maybe the thing that's different in some people's brains. That guy who plays golf, let's just say, boom, a car hits him, he loses his leg, or he has a disease, he can't walk, or whatever. Just whatever happens. It's over.
Let's say they take golf from him somehow. His lower back.
Yeah, you lose golf. Hey, COVID took golf from people.
Sure.
Even just something silly like that. Not silly like that, but something as small as that can be. Golf is taken from you. And what do you have to rely on?
You have to experience and develop skills in different.
Yeah, a lot of people just become so complacent. Yeah, and this isn't like being. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be something like sports or something athletic. It could be something so easy, like you're a wood carver,
or you're a
painter,
or any kind of anything. Just find a couple things that you like to do and expand as much as you can,
and give yourself a little. And that hobby should be a thing that gives you personal time. Like, get away from life, disappear. You're just focused. If you have kids, wife, anything, girlfriend, boyfriend, any of these things. But it gives you a break for a second to just be like, clear my mind. I'm doing something I love. I'm focusing just on this thing that I like to do. And I think that's healthy for a person.
And to grow as a person, mentally, you need to do things you need to do hard shit, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, break barriers.
I want to do jiu-jitsu because it's fucking hard, man. It takes 10 years to get a black belt on average. I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to do that. That's what I want to do.
What a steep hill to look at. Like, I mean, it's a mountain. When you first start, you're looking at a mountain. Yeah. 10 years before you could get it.
Yeah, if you're lucky. I'm at 11. I still don't have it. Mm-hmm. Like guitar. Like, I want to learn how to play guitar. I want to do things and even though I absolutely suck at playing guitar, I know that even though I've sat it down for a while, but when I pick back up and start playing again, whatever I'm playing, even though I'm not good at it, I'm progressing. Somehow, some way, I'm growing.
Absolutely.
I'm growing. So no matter what I do, when I'm cooking and I'm trying to grill that perfect steak, in my mind, what a perfect steak is, I'm growing as a person. I'm getting out of my comfort zone by trying different types of ways to cook it, different types of meat, different grades of meat. Like a prime steak cooks differently than a choice steak or whatever because of the marbling that's in it. So
I think that's such a it's kind of comparable to like what you just said to what you're doing right now. You're just doing a podcast. Mm-hmm. We're just sitting here talking. Yeah. Even though we're just talking, I get to sit here, and even though I've known you for 10, 12 years.
Oh, more than that. I've been with the state. When did you start?
Well, I met you at Sturt Events.
Yeah, so how long ago was that?
18. Yeah, so, 11, 12 years. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right. Yeah, so, or maybe it was Rogers. Rogers, maybe when I was 17.
Well, it's been at least 10 or 12 years.
And I think it's just so crazy that I don't know how to word it, have done so many different things throughout this period of time.
Yeah.
And I've literally known you this whole time. We've been super close friends, and here I'm still learning things about you, mm-hmm. even though we're talking for people to listen to. And it's weird that I just get to sit here and learn more about you just because we're talking different.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I think it's awesome I have Aloe come in here. I have Calvin Reed come in here. I have Joe come in here. Haley come in here.
Cal was at the Christmas party, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I recognize him.
Calvin's on ESPN Radio now.
Is he really?
And he's killing it.
Oh, good for him.
He gave Shot 30 a shout out on
Did
there.
he?
Cal,
that's awesome.
Thanks, boy.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But just like to sit here across from people and we're just, hey, for the next 2 hours, we're just straight talking.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey,
just
I'm coming over to your house, we're drinking, watching a show. We are just literally going back and forth, talking about everything, and I think it's such a cool, awesome, intricate thing.
This even will make your guests grow, make you grow, because if I come over to watch the fights, let's say, mm-hmm. we have a topic, mm-hmm. the fights.
Yeah.
If I come over and it's a Christmas party, we don't really have a topic. Everybody's just kind of shooting shit, walking around, whatever. Like here. We don't have a script we're going by. We're just talking. So we have to continually stimulate each other to mm-hmm. get a conversation so we don't have dead time.
That's thrown off a lot of people who come here. Like, what are we going to talk about? Yeah. That's the first thing they ask. What are we going to talk about? No, we're just going to talk.
Just going to talk.
I just want to
keep it interesting.
And I just want to, even if I've known you my whole life, even when I've had Temery on here, mm-hmm. I get to know her more.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because you don't ever just sit across from a person and look at each other in the eyes.
Especially now when we have these phones.
Absolutely.
And everything's text and it's not personal anymore. There's no personal connection, and it's a shame.
It's one of the saddest things when if somebody sends you a message and you're mad at them after.
Yeah.
You have no idea what even they said or how they said it or what they meant. Perception of a text message is a weird thing.
Yeah.
That's why, Mark, do I text you?
No, I don't text very often.
I call you.
Yeah.
I call everybody.
I still call. And I can tell it bugs some of my friends.
It bugs
because they're like, hello? They don't want to talk on the phone, but I'm like, man, I hate texting.
I'm 12, whatever years, 15, 14, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But years younger, and this generation, man, they... Literally, if I called, they're like, what's going on? What's wrong?
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, no, I just don't want to sit here and text you. I don't want to spend the next 5 minutes just to say, how are you?
Texting.
Like, I don't want to spend the next 5 minutes to ask, hey, do you want to come over this weekend?
Yeah.
Hi. Hey, what's up? Nothing. What's up with you? Nothing. Hey, what are you doing right now? Nothing. Hey, do you want to come over this weekend?
Because a cold open text is weird. If I'm just sitting on the couch and I'm watching TV and I get a text, I open up and see it and it just says, want to come over? That's kind of weird.
Yeah, dude.
Why? Like, you have to text it the right way. You have to warm up to that. Hey, Shane, what's going on? Man? What are you doing today? Hey,
come over tonight.
I'm watching the fights, or I'm cooking out. I'm going to cook this.
You have to do this whole build up.
Yeah, you have to build up because like how awkward's that? Hey, want to come over,
dude? You're so dude. You're saying like Epstein, dude.
Yeah,
wanna come over.
Hey, back to these people that we're talking about. It was a good segue for that when we're talking about famous people and not wanting to sign autographs, and they knew what they signed up for, because you're like, well, what? I was gonna say, like, then next thing you know, they're like stealing kids.
Oh my god!
That's the extent. They go from being happy to sign autographs to being shitheads to, you know what? I have all the money and all the fame and I've done everything. So what do we do now?
Do you think that there is like? I don't know, because this is a hard thing to judge what's going on in today's world with all these Oprah, Ellen, Tom Hanks, Will Smith has been thrown into it. I'm not incriminating anybody because I have no idea what's going on. But if this shit, Bill Clinton, Hillary, if this is really going on, dude, I don't know. I don't even know how to start with it because it makes me so disgusted. They're kids.
I know.
It's
disgusting.
They're kids. Is it what? Dude, I mean, I guess back in like Julius Caesar time and Romans and all that.
What's sick, man, is it still goes on in the world. There are people who go to different countries and they are sex tourists and they pay to have sex with kids. That's real.
That's really disgusting, is what it is.
And I hope I'm saying this right. I believe it's Ashton Kutcher, the
he
actor.
is a huge advocate of sex trafficking.
I believe he has a foundation. I believe it's called Thorn, if I remember right. Is it Thorn?
I will check it, but I think you're right. Keep going.
But he had a video on Instagram that I saw recently talking about sex trafficking and sex tourists.
He goes before Congress.
Yeah.
He has.
I saw that.
Yeah, he has a huge ordeal.
And but that's good for him. But the fact that it's happening in other, we're talking about how bad. There's people that hate America right now and what we stand for. Man, there's shit going on overseas that needs some attention too.
Yeah, we have a mutual friend, Chris. Mm-hmm. He's very worked up about the flag, hand over the heart standing, mm-hmm. or someone kneeling. Mm-hmm. Dude, all I'm going to say is I'm happy we have the option.
Correct.
I'm happy we have the option because if we're anywhere else, they'll just put a bullet in your brain.
Yeah.
And even without you explaining yourself, they'll just put a bullet in your brain. Yeah.
We were talking earlier before we lost power.
Pretty good.
Due to we were talking about the wall being put up, and one thing somebody asked me about, what do you think about that? The wall separates U.S. and Mexico. I said, well, remember, if a wall can keep people out, it can also keep people in. So be careful what you wish for. And that's not saying I'm pro or anti anything. That's just being an open and free thinker. And I don't want walls around me anywhere. Right? I don't want anybody building a fortress around anything that I live, anywhere that I live, because I want freedom to leave if I want to.
Absolutely, and that's a crazy thing that we have. If me and Mark want to hop in our car tomorrow and we go to Washington, we can.
Yeah.
Literally, we absolutely can. And if that restriction stops, man, where are we?
Or that restriction starts.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I worded that weird.
Yeah, but I know what you meant, but if something happens where we can't travel state to state freely, where's it?
I mean, I can understand it during the virus. I don't know the details of this virus, and I don't know how it spread, and I don't know anything about it. If really smart people are telling us like, hey, you should stay away from people for a while,
I don't believe anything's. It's
of it. It's just so hard.
I'm not, and people watching and listening, I'm not that guy saying that it's not serious.
He's not saying it's fake.
Yeah,
100%.
I'm not saying that. I just don't know what to believe anymore. I know people who have had it and have recovered, mm-hmm. and I know a guy that we used to work with. he was on a ventilator for 28 days, and he survived, and he's rehabbing right now.
We had a family member who passed away, me and Timmery.
Okay.
Yeah, so, or not a family member's close friend.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. So I know I'm not debating that whatsoever, but I know one thing, that there's a lot of mixed information out there.
Absolutely.
And I'm trying to make the best choices for myself and the people around me.
I'm scared to send my kid to school, and
That's scary.
and it's not because of the virus. Well, I mean, part due, but it's just the confusion of what the hell's going on.
Yes.
And
that's what's scary.
I'm sending my kid to school where she has to sit in a cubicle. My little kid sit in a cubicle.
Yeah, it's weird.
How is she going to learn anything in a cubicle?
It's weird.
And so maybe I'll just keep her with me where I know I can teach her.
Good time to do homeschooling, I think.
Right? Well, the e-learning's really great. I mean, the e-learning the school offers is really great.
I mean, you're earning 2 degrees.
I'm e-learning at home right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are those degrees in?
Marketing and criminal justice. I should have a double associate's degree by Christmas of next year, and then I'm going to pursue a bachelor's after that, because it's free. I get it through Timmery, through work, and honestly, when we started, I thought there was no way.
So is this 100% online?
100% online,
no
100% free.
No pre
through the union.
You didn't have to.
Nope. Nothing.
Like they didn't say, hey, you've had to have taken at least, I
had to have
81 math or something.
Nope. I had to have a high school diploma.
Really?
Yep. That's all.
Shit.
And I've been doing this now, and Timmery's powering through it now. She's very close. Huh?
Can I do this?
Absolutely. It's through Ask Me.
Really?
Yeah. But we are going to move on. Frankly, we've been doing a podcast for 2 hours, even though this one's only an hour.
And I'm just getting warmed up.
And I have to go pee so bad right now because
Are we going to wind this down?
We are going to move on to our taste test video. Okay. So I do want to say, go check out Conspiracy Kimonos. That's Mark Grant. There Facebook. He is. He will be back for more episodes in the future. Things are starting to settle down, so we are able to do more things.
I want to plug something that I'm doing right now.
Plug it.
Okay. So training at Tarpon's in Moline, Travis Tarpon's program, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. This past Friday, which was 2 days ago, we had some of local law enforcement come in, and we did some private training for them, and they really enjoyed it. So right now, Travis is offering some discounts for local law enforcement when I come in and train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We are backing the blue. We are defending the blue. So come in, learn something, expand on what you know. I'm not saying that the law enforcement don't know what they're doing. I'm just saying expand on what you know. Learn something new. Protect yourself. That's very important right now. So we are pro-police, and come out, take advantage of some of the offers that we have. Get a hold of me on Facebook, Mark Grant, and learn some new things. So that's my plug.
Absolutely. Go out there, check it out. And that's open for everyone. That is not just law enforcement. That is open for everybody. Yeah. Travis is a great guy. I've known Mark my whole life. 2 of the greatest instructors you could ever meet. Go out there, check them out. This is Shot 30 Podcast. Check it out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, iTunes, all those different things, CastBox, whatever, YouTube, Facebook page, Instagram. And thank you for being here. If you like this, also make sure you log into the next video, which will be me and Mark taste testing all these different nasty-ass jellies. We're going to taste test them, and we'll let you know what we think. But thank you for being here. I love everybody. I appreciate everybody. I want that Rolex to be happy, and I want everybody in the world to be happy. This is Shot 30 Podcast. Thank you.